Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive 717 here. I am back with another reading. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. We're going to dive into the Divine Masculine's late night thoughts on this connection with you, Divine Feminines. Let's see why it is you clicked on this reading and what messages want to come out about this connection. I'm getting opinions as well. Like someone's feeling like I don't care for anyone's opinions. And I'm also feeling for a lot of your masculines, they're starting to notice who's been asking about you or who's been asking about this connection when really they shouldn't be. I feel too like many of your masculines would freely give information, or they would freely start talking about you or start talking about where it is you're at or how it is they feel. But lately they've been noticing that certain people have been asking and they've just been keeping quiet. So I'm getting opinions. I'm also getting sabotage. Like, I feel like many of your masculines are starting to feel like the reason you two have been distant, or the reason the connection went in a particular way, is because of the influence of other people's opinions. So someone's going through a journey of feeling like they want to follow their heart. They're also having a lot of flashbacks and a lot of moments of regret just for listening to everybody else's opinion. How do they feel towards this connection with you, Divine Feminines? What do they want you to know? Give your relationship a chance, okay? So they're wanting to work on this partnership, and I feel like for a lot of you, this message is going to come through for many of them who are having those flashbacks about how it is they treated you. What was the connection like in the past? Okay, so we have Pluto's energy, and we have transformation as well. So I feel like they could have met you at a time, Divine Feminine, where a lot of you were going through that Pluto dark energy transformation, and there were a lot of people that didn't want them to give this a chance because you didn't fit what it is I feel like the Divine Masculine was supposed to be. Okay, at the time, Divine Feminines, because many of you were in your dark night of the soul, a lot of you would not have, like in everybody else's eyes, especially with people they would have been sharing this connection with, it just so happened you were going through your dark night of the soul. Okay, so when people looked your way, you might have seemed mysterious. I feel like with the darkness here and the way that her head is turned, especially where she is connected to the butterfly, a lot of you would have been in this cocooning phase where there wasn't much of you. Many people didn't know who it is you were. Maybe a lot of you were just, in the middle of things. I'm seeing like unemployment for a lot of you. The reason a lot of this was happening was because you were being thrown out of your old embodiment. Okay, for a lot of you, the life that you were living, it was very either cookie cutter or robotic or mundane, and you were destined to be so much more. So a lot of people were looking in your direction at the time, especially when your masculines opened up about having feelings for you, or just feeling like they were under some kind of spell. I feel like people really did convince them that they were under some spell, or it was just your looks, Divine Feminine. Even a lot of your, like the people around your Divine Masculine looked at you in your transformation period, and during this transformation period or your dark night of the soul, and they even told your masculine that they could do better. Okay, because I am hearing that very clearly. Okay, so you were part of your Divine Masculine's purpose, and I feel like right now, because they chose to listen to everybody else's opinion rather than push themselves to be autonomous, think for themselves, check in with their feelings, their intuition, what it is they know as their truth, they're kind of paying the price for it now. Okay, and that's why a lot of you are feeling them so strongly, or feeling, the offer is coming your way. Many of your Divine Masculines are reaching out, giving you the communication that you've always longed for. But a lot of you are like, well, I'm out of this transformation energy. So the communication that's coming your way, Divine Feminines, I feel like for a lot of you, you're like, get in line. Because this transformation that you've gone through says that the communication, it's coming through slowly. It's like they're afraid to communicate, but they are wanting to work on this. They're not wanting to give up. It's somebody wants to come forward and be humble and apologize and tell you that you're right and they love you and that these feelings are very real. Now they want to pursue this connection. Now they feel this deep connection that's there regardless of what anybody says. Okay, we have the feminine and inspecting and spying card watching. I feel like a lot of people know this truth because of the way your masculine is acting. Your masculines could be really confrontational right now, like getting into a lot of arguments with people. A lot of stuff from the past is coming up as well. So people might be like, yo, why are you acting this way? Or how come you don't want to hang out? How come you don't answer your phone anymore? The reason a lot of your masculines are feeling this way is because they keep remembering the past, or they're holding some kind of resentment, because I feel like in order for these people to have these opinions about you, they would have been watching you too, or they would have been keeping an eye on you too. And something's like, I feel like I'm seeing somebody scratching their head. They're starting to piece things together, like, you know, things don't feel right. You know, there's too much focus on the divine feminine. There's too much focus on wanting to know about the direction of the connection. Okay, that's what it is. Your masculines are piecing together that for the past few either months or years, depending on your timelines, guys, however long you guys have been on this journey, many of your masculines are distancing themselves from people who have had some kind of invested interest or been part of the gossip or been part of the timeline. They want to distance themselves from these people. We have cold and detachment, because I feel like these people kept them away from true love. Okay, someone took the cookie cutter path, the path that other people carved out or wanted for them. And I feel too that I'm hearing kept away or held back. Okay, someone feels like they were kept away from you, but it's only starting to make sense now. I feel too that a lot of your masculines, they never took their eyes off of you, and because they listened to other people's opinions, they feel like they misjudged you as well. They misjudged you during the time that you were going through your transformation and you had nothing, even though in their heart was telling them everything they needed to know about how it is they felt towards you. I feel like other spiritual things, other spiritual signs or synchronicity might have given them the truth, but you know, a lot of them, maybe they let the separation happen. Okay, we have release your ex as well. Maybe many of them chose to stay. This could be a special moment on your timeline now, where now is the time that a lot of them are carrying the heavy regret, the guilt, wanting to do things like go through separations themselves or release their ex, because they're feeling like the separation that they went through with you and the way that things panned out, things just aren't adding up. Maybe they were blinded to it before, but now that they can make sense of things, or now that many of them are sober, they're having these flashbacks and they're starting to piece things together like a puzzle. We have pay attention to the red flags as well. So this is a really crazy time, guys, like especially because the reading started off with opinions. I really do get that there's been a lot of people that have been asking about you, and someone scratching their head, and they're starting to see that a lot of your separation had to do with a lot of outside influences. It's like everything got crossed, or there were things that got crossed in the wires or heard it through the grapevine kind of energy, and someone, now that they've matured or they've grown up a little or they've sobered up a little, they're starting to see just how much they were under the influence, not only with substances, but with people's opinions as well. Okay, a lot of you might have your divine masculines really just wanting to express everything, all of these secrets that they have built up or pent up inside. They want to express it to you, but it's like they've got to find a clever way to do it with Mercury's energy here, find a clever way to communicate it to you that you were right about everything. And they are sorry that they misjudged you when you were going through your transformation here, because I'm getting with Pluto's energy, it was not pretty. It wasn't pretty. You were in your ugly duckling phase, divine feminine. They didn't see the swan that you were going to become. They didn't pay attention to the red flags. Okay, all of the signs were cautioning them that they were going against their heart space. Let's get some tarot messages on this, because I want to see what it is they plan on doing. I do feel like a lot of them want to communicate, and they have been communicating. Many of you have been having unusual dreams about them, unusual dreams about your past, about your childhood. So pay attention, guys. It's a good time to keep a dream journal. If many of you have had separation going on for a really long time, a lot of you can feel that many of your masculines also are under spiritual attack. And not so much spiritual attack, but I feel like it's the dark night of the soul energy. It's spiritual transformation, where these things end up happening because like they knew it. There was a hunch that they've always had. Now they're never going to second guess that hunch again. Just like when the divine feminines, many of you had this intuitive feeling about your divine masculines or your journey, and you trusted it, and now you're reaping the rewards of it. I feel like it's the same way many of your masculines are now starting to recognize that they do have the gift of reading others' energy through this experience. All right, so I feel like for a lot of your masculines, the best course of action right now is to distance themselves, because we have the Eight of Spring here, and, as we all know, the Eight, in a general sense, is about walking away, and I feel like they have a lot of stress that comes from having a lot of things going on at once, a lot of people, ideally, in their business, so they're starting to pay attention to that. So, if many of them are going quiet right now, it's because they feel like, I'm seeing lonely. I'm feeling that many of them feel alone. And, guys, it doesn't matter if they are in a relationship, if they have a lot of friends around them, if they seem like they're out every single weekend, this kind of silent, not wanting to come out of the house, not feeling like myself. Like, the energy is crazy there with a lot of the divine masculines. It's the time of awakening for a lot of them. They're going through the same transformation that you did. So the downloads are heavy right now. The synchronicities are crazy. The hunches that they had about people, their behaviors are playing out in real time. So it's a time of feeling really disconnected and lonely for a lot of them. It's like they don't even want to do anything away from the regular routine. And many of them are craving rest more than usual. That's another thing I've been picking up on for the divine masculines, because a lot of the influx of information, the childhood healing, realizing that you can read people around you, their true intentions, realizing that you need to isolate or be alone, or some of the choices that you've made or the places that you've end up in, it's not where you want to be. And to begin to even address how to change that, I mean, you're already doing so much multitasking and you're on autopilot. How do you even begin to change that? Okay, let's get one more for the divine masculines on what they need to focus on. Okay, so we have the Two of Spring, the Two of Wands. So they're being called to partner with others who share their same goals or their same intentions. So right now is, yes, the circle is shrinking for many of your masculines, but the reason it's shrinking is so that they can make room and collaborate with those who are like-minded souls right now. So many of your masculines are going to be forgetting about the agenda. It's like this feeling of not wanting to belong to tradition or society or somebody else's rules. And that's why I think the word opinion stands out so much. Like, many of your masculines could be breaking away from family traditions. That's what I'm feeling. They could be breaking away from It could be like, even right down to being in the relationship that they're in. Many of them don't even feel like they authentically or genuinely chose this relationship out of love. It was more so they had an opportunity to pay attention to the red flags and they didn't. The only time they ever felt like they found love or there was an expression of love is when it may have been an experience with you. So that is what I feel like many of the masculines are sitting on right now when it comes to their late night thoughts. I feel a mixture of wanting to reach out and trying to understand why it is they're wanting to reach out to you, Divine Feminines. They're getting messages around wanting to work on this partnership, but I feel it's more so bringing up triggers around like their current circumstances, the current people that they're around, the current relationship that they're in. So it's not so much, about communicating with you per se right now. I feel like this is more so just a heads up of what's standing in the way of them communicating or reaching out, because they're definitely feeling the urge to. Okay, and again, this is going to be for a lot of you who have not had communication in quite some time, and it's like, boom, all of a sudden you're feeling your person's energy, specifically you, Divine Feminine. You're feeling this masculine's energy pop up again. It's because endings are happening in their life. Okay, so that is what I have for you guys for this one. If you guys would like a personal session, reach over at Hypsy.com. And if you guys would like to join the memberships, I do share little tidbits of my own journey. I have had a lot of you hop on board and really just digging into some of those old videos, and you've been leaving some really great feedback. So thank you guys so much for watching the videos. Thank you guys for all of your comments. I try to get back to as many of them as I possibly can. But I appreciate you guys reaching out on Hypsy and, again, joining the memberships. All right, I love you guys. Take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Good night, guys. Bye.